You really think the media cares about police brutality? They don't. And I'm going to explain why. I'm going to explain proof of that. But there's a woman by the name of Karen Gardner. Lives in Colorado. She's 73 years old with dementia. Her only crime, having dementia and walking out of Walmart mistakenly forgetting to pay for $14 worth of stuff. That was it. Police find her walking down the street. Now, mind you, you all stood there and said that it was nonsense that George Floyd was killed over a $20 bill. Well, this woman could have been killed over $14. $14. I cannot stress that enough. What does this cop do? This woman has dementia. You can tell from the body cam footage. She doesn't understand what's going on. For those who don't understand what dementia is, kind of like an elderly person that has the mind of a small child. It's sad, it's tragic, but it happens. What does this cop do? As this woman turns to walk away, instead of talking to her calmly or calling somebody that may have some form of experience with this matter, he grabs her by her arm and flings her to the ground and puts her in handcuffs. And in the process of that, he dislocated her shoulder and fractured her wrist. Now, this happened in June of 2020. June of 2020, when half the damn country was already on fire. And the media buried this, and I'm going to tell you why they buried it, because it didn't fit the narrative. Now, if it had been a white cop that had took a 73-year-old black woman and threw her on the ground, then it would have been everywhere. You couldn't have turned on TV without seeing it. And then, what happened when he got her to the jail? What happened when he got her to the jail? You can tell from the pictures, he's got this woman sitting on a wooden bench. She's handcuffed. You could tell her shoulder's out of socket. Her face is all scraped up. And she's in pain. She's sitting there in pain, 73 years old. And what do those cops do? They're watching the body cam footage. They're high-fiving, they're fist-bumping, and they're laughing. That is completely uncalled for. And to think that only black people have negative encounters with cops and they go after them specifically, that's total horse shit. I'm going to tell you why. Several years back, when was this? I want to say 06, 07 time frame, my parents had just gotten a nice Ford Explorer. Now, that's beside the point. My mom, my sister, and a friend of hers were out driving around. I forgot what the hell we were doing that day. But anyway, the dealer had put the tag in the wrong spot in the back window of the car. So, the tag is ran by this cop sitting on the side of the road, who then pulls the car over. Come find out, my mother had warrants. We were not aware of that. None of us were, because I promise you it would have been taken care of. Doesn't tell my mom shit. He puts my mother in handcuffs and forces her into the back of a cop car. It doesn't explain or say a damn word. And then when my sister, who is 9 or 10, is confused and scared and doesn't understand what's going on, tries to get out of the car to see what the hell is going on, he pulls a pistol on my sister. Completely uncalled for and unjustified. My mother did not deserve the treatment she got. She was forced into the back of that cop car, took to jail, and then humiliated by the people in booking, and then forced in a small holding cell, probably roughly the size of the room I'm sitting in, with 6 people. And she has an autoimmune disease. She was not allowed her medication. She wasn't allowed to talk to anybody. She had to sit in a corner of a room all damn night by her, and she had to sit there like this, away from everybody, because she was terrified of getting sick. Ridiculous. Moral of the story is, get off your high horse, because it happens to everybody, not just you.